What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to rebirthedu.com. I'm your host, Kendrick, aka Also the Great. We are here with the next installment of How Elrod's Miracle Morning, right? Fantastic book. I already told you about the 95% reality check. Got into you a little bit about that. That reality kind of sucks. Don't want to be a part of that. So we want to change our lives. We want to make a move in the right direction. We want to draw a line in the sand. So let's get into this miracle morning. What is it? Kenny, you've been talking about it. What the hell is it and how do I do it? Well, we're going to get into it, but I don't want to skip over these couple of chapters real quick, but we'll make them real short, okay? A good question is, why are you doing this? Why do you wake up every morning, right? Are you doing that because somebody tells you to do it? Are you doing it reluctantly? How do you feel about each morning, and why are you doing what you're doing? Basically, what's your purpose, right? If you haven't found your purpose, this is something you really, really want to dig into and work out. And that could change. Your purpose can change throughout your life. You set different goals. That's another good question. What are your goals? Okay. And I'll work out a video about goal setting, how to structure that so that way it can be attainable, right? Because a lot of times when you focus on the really, really big picture, it's kind of hard for you to it seems overwhelming, right? If you are big and fat like me and you want to lose, 100 pounds or more, then man, that 100 pounds seems really large. But if you break that down all the way to, what do I need to do each day? It seems a little bit more attainable. Hey, what do I got to do to lose 2 pounds this week or 5 pounds this week? And break it all the way down. It's a lot more feasible. You can get very small rewards, and that can help motivate and push you through your larger goal. And then when you look back 6 months from now, when you set that goal 6 months prior, you're like, yo, I set this goal to lose 100 pounds. 6 months has went by. I done lost 50 pounds and I was able to do it in small increments and push myself through it. So you can get those rewards by just breaking something down. So that's super crucial. We'll work out that another time. So it's really important that you have these goals in mind. You have a purpose moving forward into the miracle morning, because you're going to need that for a particular step in this morning. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So let me give you some wake up tips, because a lot of times people have a hard time waking up. They hit that snooze button, and that's a big, big no-go for the miracle morning. How you start your day is going to really, really, really affect how the rest of your day is going to go. Okay. And we want to start it in the best way possible. And that's why we got this book. And that's why we're working on what we're working on. Right. So let me just give you some tips to wake up when that alarm clock goes off the first time. Okay. And they list these in the book. But I'll just talk about them briefly. All of these things help from my experience, and I'll even add in a couple that I know work as well. Your alarm clock, if that's your phone, if you have a old school alarm clock that you slap on the top of the head, like way back in the day, you put it on the other side of the room, or if you feel like it's not loud enough and you won't hear it. I used to manage a truck stop, and those truck drivers sleep with the diesel engine running. So it gives them a lot of ambient noise, and sometimes it can be really hard to hear alarm clocks because that diesel engine is so loud, and it eventually becomes this white noise, and sometimes it'll lull them to sleep. And that alarm, if it's not loud enough, they can't hear it and they can't get up and do what they got to do. So we used to sell this alarm called a Screaming Eagle. This thing is ridiculously loud. It's absurd. It will wake up your neighbors. If you're in an apartment, maybe not if you're in a house. If you're in an apartment or something, it's going to wake up your neighbors. It's ridiculously stupid loud. It's the worst sound you ever heard in your life. I promise you, you're going to wake up. Now, I don't know if you want to go that far and get something that sounds like, an eagle scratching on a chalkboard, killing babies. But there are alarms out there that are excessively loud. Check them out, look them up. Screaming Eagle, man, it was a beast. Beast. We sold a few of them. We sold quite a few of them. It's dope stuff. So move that alarm clock away so that you physically have to get up to go turn it off. Okay. Brush your teeth, wash your face. That'll wake you up a little bit. I've even heard so much as a person setting their alarm clock, because we all have these smart houses now, or smart thermostats nowadays. Super helpful, man, to hook up to the Wi-Fi and all that jazz. They set a heater, so they set the heater to come on 15 minutes before their alarm is supposed to come on, so that way because they like to sleep super cold, when the alarm goes off, it's hot, and they get up, they turn off the alarm, and it's so hot in the house that they don't want to go get back under the covers. So that discourages them from getting back into the bed, and they go over there, turn the thermostat back on to cool and whatnot. But by then they're already up, and they have no desire to get back into a nice warm bed or hot bed at that time. It's like a hot pocket or something like that. Take a shower, right? Or get dressed, one or the other. Okay. If you like to work out in the mornings, that's part of the miracle morning. Mind you don't have to do the miracle morning in the morning. Some people have jobs that don't necessarily allow them to have their mornings. Maybe they work a graveyard shift or something like that. This is essentially before you wake up, okay? But take a shower or get dressed into your workout clothes or whatever. Some people like to put on their workout clothes, get in the workout because they know they're going to take a shower afterwards. Either or is fine if you're having trouble waking up, okay? Drink a whole glass of water, a whole one, the whole thing, okay? When you sleep, your body gets dehydrated, okay? And that's part of the reason why you're tired as well. If you wake up and you down a whole glass of water, that will help wake you up. That will help hydrate your body and kind of get your motor running. So that way your body knows, hey, it's time to start the day, okay? Some people keep it by their bed all night. I like the idea of going to the kitchen, getting what you need, and getting out of that bedroom. Again, this is all if you have trouble waking up in the morning. And maybe you do at first, but eventually that kind of goes away. So here's the biggest one though. Before you go to sleep, okay, you need to treat this night like Christmas, man. You remember when you was a kid and you knew them presents was under the tree and you told yourself, yo, it's Christmas Eve. I'm gonna get to bed early. That way Santa do his thing, eating cookies and whatever he do, dropping out these presents. I'm gonna get up early, butt crack of dawn. I'm gonna get up early, and you did. You got up early because you were so excited about what was coming in front of you. So Hal gives us something which is great, that'll help you the night before. He gives you some bedtime affirmations. I'm not going to go into that. Go to the website or really just Google Hal Elrod bedtime affirmations. There's a contract that he has in it. Print it out or screenshot it or whatever. And it's going to help you structure the night before, the types of things to tell yourself the night before. Set up a schedule, make sure you got everything ready, and tell yourself all these positive things right before you go to bed. And I promise you, it's going to really help push you and drive you where you want to go, which is wide awake so you can start this miracle morning. All right, so those are some good little tips. But then let's get into what the miracle morning actually really is. Okay, and Hal gives us these life savers. Okay, and SAVERS is an acronym. So the S is for silence. Okay, A for affirmations, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading, S for scribing, which is writing. He couldn't put a W there because that would be stupid. So he put scribing. So keep in mind with your miracle morning, you can structure these in any order that you would like to. Allot as much time as you want to each one within an hour, because we want to get this miracle morning done in an hour. So if you want to spend 5 minutes on this, 10 minutes on that, however you want to do it, you can. I recommend you structure this out the night before, so that way when you wake up, you have a schedule of how you want to do this. You don't really want to waste time in the morning thinking, okay, what do I do next? Okay, what do I do next? Structure it in a way the night before. How much time do you want to spend for this? How much time you want to spend for this? And so forth, right? So silence. This is a great one. This is one of my favorite to really kind of clear my mind. I use this moment for prayer, and I get my prayer in, and I get my meditation time in, and I really try to listen to what God is saying to me, and really try to clear my mind, which is difficult at first. This is one of my favorite now, but at first it's really, really difficult for me to do because my mind moves a lot, like most people, thinking about different things. If you make a mistake early in the morning by start looking at your emails or consuming entertainment or whatever, because we're so attached to our phones, if you make the mistake of doing that, your brain could just be 1,000 miles an hour. Okay. So the silence is super, super important. This may be something you want to allot an extensive amount of time to at first, maybe 10 minutes at first, because it may be really difficult for you. I myself, I'm good with a hot 5 minutes. I can really quiet my mind relatively quickly now. I couldn't at first. Okay. But this one is good stuff, man. Focused breathing. Again, the meditation, prayer, if you're into that like I am, it's good stuff. So the A stands for affirmations. These are things that you tell yourself, man. Hey, this is going to be a great day. You know, I look good today. I'm going to smell good today. I'm going to get a lot of work done. All right. Love you. Bye. That's my wife leaving. It's early in the morning. I don't know if you know it. It's early in the morning because I do miracle mornings every morning. It's fantastic. Okay. So I'm gonna let her, I ain't even gonna edit that out because go to work, girl. I'm in here working too. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna go to work. To the other job, right? Anyway, so the affirmations. These are the things that you tell yourself to encourage yourself to achieve your goals, okay? Those can look a bunch of different ways, but if you need some help trying to structure how those work and how that may look, and then you can customize them for yourself, Hal gives you the game on that too. He gives you all of this stuff for free. It's fantastic, okay? You can just Google, you know, Hal Elrod or Miracle Morning affirmations. There's a PDF there. Just print it out, man, or screenshot it, read it. You know, trick it out for yourself, so that way it can, you know, be specifically for you and customized for your life. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, all that jazz. So V stands for visualization. So this is where having those goals having your purpose comes in handy because you get to imagine accomplishing those goals. Visualization is so important. You'll see this a lot in sports players. Well, actually, you see it in anybody successful, but it's super easy to see with sports players because they get interviewed about it sometimes, and this, that, and the other. And especially people who shoot a high percentage, like Steph Curry, or maybe somebody at the free throw line that had a super duper high percentage. You know, how were you able to shoot that way and that consistently? And it's always because, or golf players or anybody, they always visualize themselves making the shot before they even make the shot, before they shoot it. They visualize themselves, they can see it vividly to where they know how it sounds. They know the feel about, they have experienced it already before they even take the shot. Okay. My visualization is super duper vivid. Okay. Like super duper. It typically involves the perfect day for me and what that looks like. And it always starts off with me out on the ocean. I can smell the water. I can feel when the boat crashes down and it splashes up. I can feel the mist all over me. I can taste the salt water. I smell it. I feel the breeze. I know what it smells like, the sound, everything. It's so vivid for me. It takes me on a mini vacation every single day. I'm out on the ocean every day. This is also one of my favorite. You'll probably keep hearing me say that a lot. Oh, this is one of my favorite. This is one of my, because it is. I look forward to this every single day. Oh, man. I mean, my day starts off so perfect and it's so peaceful and it's so amazing. It's crazy because I do the miracle morning in my visualization, which is bananas, right? It's like some Inception stuff or something like that, man. I don't know if I'm breaking the fourth wall or something ridiculous like that, but it's so incredible to me. I can go on and on and on about it, and it'll be the most beautiful picture you've ever envisioned because I can describe it so vividly because I'm actively there. So I don't want to get into it too much, but this is something you should dedicate time to, visualizing your goals being achieved, no matter what that is. If that's money, if that's your relationship with your kids, visualize yourself having an awesome time with your children and your children telling you everything about their lives and inviting you into every part of their being, and you being the best parent that you can be. If that has to do with your job, visualize yourself achieving goals and boosting sales or whatever. You have to physically see it and attach emotions to it and really, really enjoy it. Now, this taps into the law of attraction. We'll get into that probably on another book or maybe another video. But this is a really, really big part of it, is attaching the emotions to it so that you can literally feel it. If you're visualizing something and you're not smiling, you're probably not dreaming big enough. Get out of control. Dream super big. Don't hold yourself back. We're capable of amazing, amazing things. Don't hold back. If it doesn't make you smile, if you don't just sit back and be like, yo, you're doing it wrong. So keep digging into it until you physically start smiling because you can't help yourself, right? So the E stands for exercise. That was pretty self-explanatory. You definitely want to make sure you allot the amount of time that you want to use for exercise. I also recommend the night before, while you're writing all this down and allocating time, you need to allocate what that routine is going to be for your exercise. Okay. Don't just start exercise and just be like, well, so if that's a run and you want to go on a 30-minute run, say that 30-minute run, right? If you want to do some weight training or something like that, write out what exactly you're going to do. Okay, I'm going to do 4 sets of 10 on the bench press at this weight. I'm going to do, 4 sets of squats at this weight, blah, 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 blah. Work it out so that way you know when you get there to the gym, if that's where you're going, or if you have a home gym, or if you're doing calisthenics, or if you're doing yoga, or whatever you're doing, when you allot that time to it, when you get there, it's time for business. Okay? And you can handle that. So R, reading. So this part is something that can be done actually while you're exercising. If you have audiobooks, like I recommend for a lot of people, you get to listen to those while you're driving. You get to listen to those while you're exercising. You get to listen to those while you're cooking your food. While you're moving from here to there, you can listen to a book, right? If you're reading a book traditionally, like we got a few back there over there, dedicate a certain amount of time to reading a certain amount of pages, right? 5 minutes should equate to maybe 5 to 10 pages, depending on how fast you read. But these books should not be fiction books. These should be books to help improve your mental, right? So these are nonfiction books, like The Miracle Morning, like some of the books that we've talked about before. Dedicate some time to reading. It is important. It is fundamental. It needs to be something that's going to help improve your lifestyle. Don't be reading Goosebumps like in middle school. Don't be reading 50 Shades of Crayons or whatever y'all got going on over there. Let's read something that's going to improve our lives. If you're reading a traditional book, obviously you need to set aside some time for that. I recommend you take notes in the book, like physically in the book. Highlight stuff, write in the margins, because that way it makes it easier when you want to review the book. I always recommend reading books more than once because you always get something new out of it. Same thing with audiobooks. Go through them again and again. Maybe read them once or twice a year. And get a good refresher course, man, and continue to add to your library. The S, scribing. So writing, right? Let's just call it what it is, right? Writing. So I didn't want to do this one at first because I was like, man, I ain't gonna write nothing down, But here's the thing. Here's the thing about your mind. It will betray you. Your brain will betray you. You will forget things. And if you're a person like me, where you have a lot going on in there sometimes, it is easy to forget little small details. So you should definitely write. It's not that you have to write a lot. It's not that you have to write a whole book, even though if you are writing a book, this is a great time to do it when your brain is at its freshest. You got these fantastic thoughts in your head. You got your visualization in if you did that already. And hey, man, you can write your book little by little by little. And before you know it, man, 6 months later, 8 months, 10 months, 2 years later, you may have written an entire book, which is great. It's super dope. Maybe I'll do that one day. But for now, my writing is along the lines of, things I'm working out in my brain. Maybe thoughts I've had, or maybe ideas that I want to look into. Maybe it was about what happened the day before. Maybe it's about what I want to happen today. Either way, I write some stuff down, and it is super helpful for me to keep up with the things that I'm doing. That and along with my calendar. I write a lot of stuff in the calendar to keep a good schedule. So writing can be whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be a journal, if you wanted to reflect on what you've already achieved, if you wanted to reflect on what you want to achieve, whatever it is, just write it down. It helps a ton, because I promise you, you're going to forget stuff because you're human. And that's all the lifesavers. So the miracle morning, set your alarm clock hour early, get the lifesavers written down and what time you want to do for each one. And then get your affirmations in the night before, because you want your brain to be super, super positive before you go to sleep, so you can get excited about Christmas morning every day. And wake up and get it done, right? Hit a like, hit a subscribe, all that jazz. If you feel the content, rock with me. Check out some of the previous videos. Leave a comment below. Tell me about your miracle morning in the comment below. And also tap into how Elrod's community, the Miracle Morning community, I'm sure they have a Facebook group. At least they did. I'm pretty sure they still do. I haven't tapped into it a while because I've been doing this for a while. But you get to meet like-minded people. You get to find other people to help you be accountable with your miracle morning. I personally don't have to do that anymore. I kind of help other people be accountable with their miracle morning. So when it gets early in the morning, they say they want to wake up at 5:30, which I've been up. Hey, let's go. Wake your butt up. Let's go. Let's get started. Right. So I help hold people accountable with that. And we have conversations about how their morning went and all that jazz and things that they want to work on. Maybe the things that I'm working on, so they can add value to me as well. It's great. It's a super great community of just positive, happy, excited people. Right. And then you got people that's pushing through it and it's difficult, but you get to help them through it too, especially if you've gotten really good at it. And you meet some nice people, man. Here's the best thing about it. All of these people want to improve their lives. Every single one of them. So you're around people who are adamant about not only adding value to their life, they want to add value to other people's lives, because they, for the most part, they kind of realize that that's kind of circular. You know what I'm saying? The more you pour into people, the more that ends up getting poured into you, right? God loves a cheerful giver, right? So tap into that. As always, if you need me, hit me up. If you need help with your budget, or if you want to talk about this miracle morning stuff, I'm down for you, all right? And I'll see y'all in the next video.